Happy New Year, guys. 2020 is over, which means it's week one of the GYMSHARK66 challenge. I'm going to kick this video off with the physique update. And before you hate on it, I'm just going to do that every single week because at the end of the challenge, I'm going to do a time lapse of every single physique update throughout the whole challenge put into one. Alright, now it's weigh-in time. Basically, I weighed in at 145.2 after I put down the camera and my phone. My body fat percentage is 11.3, which my goal is to get to 9%. Excuse the crazy hair, it is morning. I love to wake up early and do my training in the morning. That way there's no excuse to not do it later. I don't get too stressed out or too tired and make excuses not to train later. So I like to get my training over first thing. And then if I end up doing something extra later on in the day, it's just a bonus on top of that. That being said, let's hop right in to my weekly training montage. I think one of my biggest setbacks with my fitness goals is the fact that I work a static job. I sit for 8 to 9 hours a day at a desk working on the computer. I understand that fitness goes beyond the gym. That's why this week for staying active, I'm going to implement a couple activities into my work life that is going to make my work life more active. The first thing that I'm going to do is stretch more throughout the day. I've looked up a couple stretches that you can do just sitting down, so I don't even have to get up to do these, so it'll make it super easy. That way I make sure that I don't skip out on it. So throughout the day, I'm going to implement these 4 stretches to make sure that I stay more active. The first one is going to be 10 reps of a seated cat-cow. The next stretch I'm going to implement is back arches, and I'm going to do 10 reps of those. The next stretch is going to be a side bend reach for 30 seconds on each side. So here are those stretches. And the last one that I'm going to do is the T-spine rotation, which is this right here. And I'm going to do 10 reps of that. I'm going to try to do those stretches 3 or 4 times throughout the day. The next thing that I'm going to do to stay more active at work is I'm going to take the stairs instead of the elevator anytime I have to go up and check on an apartment. And we have 7 floors here, so that could end up being quite a bit of stairs throughout the day. A lot of times I skip lunch and I just sit at the desk and eat my lunch kind of while I'm working, or I'll just throw on a YouTube video and watch that while I eat lunch. But from now on, I'm going to take at least 30 minutes and go for a walk on lunch. And last but not least, this is my favorite thing that I'm going to implement. While I send emails a couple times a day, I'm gonna elevate my laptop and stand on my balance board so that I can send emails while I'm standing on my balance board, which will keep me more active, and it'll also make work a little bit more fun. speaking about work life, let's touch base on my professional goal, which was to get a new job selling homes, which I'm currently in the interview process for. I feel like the interview process has been amazing for me so far, just because I've had to give it 110% and fully commit to it. So basically, I had my first interview. They suggested that I go out and tour one of the builds that they have, just so that I can see what the company's like and what the sales techniques are like with one of the sales professionals at the location. Then I had a second interview, and then they suggested that I go tour some of their comps in the area. So I went out and I went above and beyond just one, and I did 3 comps. And then right after that, I sent an email back with an essay basically breaking down my experience at each of the locations, including their location. Then I had my last interview like a day ago, and I'm just waiting to hear back. I feel like it's gone really well, and they've said good things, so I have a really good feeling. But just having to let go of all my doubts and fully commit 100% has been really good for me. So I'm just super excited for the future, and I've never felt like that before. So super, super stoked.